Hey y'all, welcome back for another episode of Candy Coated Shenanigans, Sour Patch Kid Edition, the only way I want to be right now in life. Okay, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am going to play with this stand a little bit because lighting is really messing with me today. I keep seeing this like that y'all probably don't even see. So anyways, welcome back. This week's topic is in the area of dating chronicles, and I'm gonna talk about it. I didn't know if I was gonna. I didn't know if I was going to, but I am going to talk about it. I'm actually going to see if I can turn the volume down though on my. There we go. On my MacBook because I'm getting all my text there since my phone is on silent. Yeah, I didn't plan for that. Anywho, this week on Dating Chronicles is about the topic that I think we probably should talk about a little bit more. But you know, I be letting people do their thing and I be doing my thing, so I just mind my business, right? You in my business, don't do that. Now I'm gonna be in your business though. And that topic is sex. Sex when you are dating. Which is not, it's an interesting one, right? This is what I will say. The 20-year-old Ruby was very different than the about to be a 34-year-old Ruby. I would say, the phrase I used when I was in like my teenage years and 20s was like, you was young, plumb, and dumb, right? You was young, you was real like, sweet for the picking plum, and you did some dumb things, right? We've all been there. We've all had something in the category of dating and sex that we just like look back and just like, ugh, that was so dumb of me. But now that I'm in my 30s and I date with purpose, I look at sex a little bit different. Don't get me wrong, everybody enjoys sex. I hope everybody is enjoying sex. That's what I'm saying. And I don't say that like just go out and do anybody, but if you are not enjoying it, and I'm pretty sure there were some times that we all can account that we're like, that was just not enjoyable. But as the age I'm at, I'm not enjoying, stop what we're doing. This ain't working, right? My mother used to say when I was younger, like, you know, some boys, they're going to get you in the corner and they're going to want to hump on you, right? And I used to be like, what? Like, bro, who says that? Right? You're not about to be over here humping on me and yeah. Okay, that's a whole different topic. Anyways, but dating and sex and dating with purpose and sex, it's like such a difficult area to be in, right? And like when you're not dating with purpose and you're just enjoying life, I think it's just easier to have sex with people, right? I'm out here living my best life. But when you are dating with purpose, that means like I am dating with the intent that this is going to go somewhere beyond dating. I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like, what you dislike. Do we mesh well? How is our chemistry? Yes, you want there to be like that sexual chemistry, like you feel it. Don't mean you got to do stuff, but you feel it. Where are you at spiritually? What's your relationship with God like? What are you like as a person? What are the hurts and pains and traumas that you haven't dealt with? Like those are the things, like in my mind, that is how dating should look, right? Clearly in my mind. It should be a complete stage of me getting to know you. And I'm going to be honest, I have definitely dated and made sure that I was not having sex. It's not the easiest thing to do. I went back and forth with this. I feel like I'm back to it again. But I went back and forth with that. It's not easy to do, but I will tell you that I had clarity for sure in reference to whether I should take the next step with this person or not. That's what I would tell you. Sex clouds judgment, period. When you are getting to know someone and you decide to have sex with them, your judgment is already clouded. You can disagree. That's okay. This is my YouTube channel, and these are my topics that I want to talk about. So I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Sex clouds judgment. And sex will have you stay in something longer than you were ever intended to entertain it, right? You'll barely like somebody and you can have bomb sex with them, and then next thing you know, they're around for 3 years and you're like, why am I even with this person? We don't even connect, right? The only thing we connect in is a sexual way. That's not going anywhere. And at this age, I don't have that to do. My time is not to be played with or wasted. Yes, I want to enjoy the pleasures of life. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I do want to enjoy it. But I'm also at a place where I want it to enjoy it in the way God intended for me to enjoy it. And this is not me getting on here bashing people if you're having sex and you're dating or you're not married. That's not what I'm doing at all. Like, I didn't live, B. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there. I didn't live. So this is not me bashing you at all. But it is asking me, like, what is your intentions? Like, where is this going? If I meet somebody and I'm dating, right? You're not even my boyfriend. I'm dating you and I'm giving up the goods. What is really enticing you to move this forward? And then we wonder why so many of us are stagnant in situations, like why we can't go from the dating stage to in the relationship stage, in the relationship stage to being engaged, going from engaged to marriage. We can't make it to where we seem to want to go because what we've laid before somebody doesn't connect to where we want to go. I'm just putting it out there. It don't connect, right? I want a committed and faithful relationship, but you know this Negro is cheating and you're accepting it. When do you think you're going to get that committed and faithful relationship when you've already accepted this? You want someone who is, godly and going to church with you every Sunday. And this is not to say people can't change, right? I want somebody that wants to know God for themselves, though. I don't want somebody that wants to know God because I've nagged you long enough that you're like, let me get her to shut up, so let me attend church with her. That's never what I will be, right? You got to answer to God, not I. But what I can tell you is, in anything that I am building where there will be foundation, God is that foundation. So if we're not on the same page there, if we're not equally yoked in that, I'm not about to waste my time with it. Like, I'm just, and I'm not saying you're a waste of time. I'm saying that we would be wasting time because we're not aligned. And that's not just something you just jump the line to become aligned in. Like, clearly somebody is getting aggy and beeping the horn like they're crazy. But these are things to think about. Like, and also jumping in and allowing sex to be there and clouding your judgment will also put you in a place where, like, you accept things you never would have accepted, right? Or okay, so this one is popping in my head repetitively, so I guess I'm just going to say it. You will, you could be in a situation, maybe you had sex early on, you're like, ooh, this is the love of my life. Your mind is blown, it's clouded, whatever. And then you want to have children, they don't want to have children. Bro, where do you think this is about to go? Out the door. Out the door. Somebody's going to be miserable. He's going to be miserable when you pop up pregnant, even though he'll probably love his child. But he's going to be miserable initially because he ain't want a kid. And vice versa is you're going to be miserable if he won't give you that child. So where is this going? Those are things that need to be happening in the dating phase, right? Getting to know what each other's wants and needs are. Getting to know each other's expectations. Understanding how you think a household should be ran versus how I think it should be ran. I'm guaranteeing there are going to be differences. One thing that I've seen pop up multiple times in full-blown relationships and marriages, which is interesting, but everybody does things different, has been how people want to raise their children, right? Like, do you know how he was disciplined as a kid? Usually the things you experience are going to influence how you choose to move forward. And that can work both ways, right? You see people all the time that will say, I got full blown beat as a child. I did not. This is not me. I'll give an example for myself, but I got full blown beat as a child. And because I was beat as a child, you don't hit my kids. And you may feel very different. Like, I'm their mama, and if they doing something, I'm gonna pop the mess out of them, right? And those will cause relationship issues. That will cause drama. That will cause conflict. I'm not saying you're gonna find all of this out in the dating phase. Maybe it's in the relationship phase, but I think there are a lot of things you can find out that you are either with or against before you share your body with somebody. I don't need another body count. I don't know where y'all body count is. I sort of kind of know where mine is, and I don't need another one. No, thank you. If my next body count could just be my husband, I would appreciate that, Lord. I'm just gonna put that in the atmosphere. And so you may be saying to yourself right now, and I did say I was gonna share something in reference to me. And okay, so I'll do this one because it's simple. It don't give too much of my parents' business either. Growing up, I really felt like the things that I was told to do, I was told to do it, and there was no explanation because I said so. I can't stand because I said so. I try to communicate very well with people, and I also feel like when I have children, that will be something for me. It will be, please don't do this, because with an explanation, right? So they can make sound decisions. And my parents are older, so really because I said so was what they heard. So that was just something that carried forward. But that's something that I would do different with my kids. I'm also not a believer of beating the mess out your children. That is something that I grew up knowing though. Like, I can count how many times I got whoopings, right? I was more like the go sit down, you done. That's how my parents handled things. And if it got beyond that, you knew I did some crazy, wild stuff. So like, even in reference to like my niece, my nephews, my nieces, my nephews, my godkids, like, I'm not a beat the kid. You might get popped and my face is gonna let you know not to play with me. But like, those are things that I know that I'm that way with my children. And so that also means like, I'm not about to be with nobody that thinks beating the mess out of a kid is the way to get through. Popping them, I just think you need to like get them real good and they feel that tingle, they're gonna sit down with the face. It works. Don't ask why, it just works. But I'm not into beating kids. And some people are, like, because that is what they were raised in. So that is something that's not going to work in my household. You're gonna have to work on that drama and trauma because that ain't gonna work. But these are things that you want to discuss earlier on before I'm in something and I'm blind to some other things because we've added sex into the situation and now I don't know if I want to leave and all this other blah, 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 blah. So you may be asking right now, Ruby Renee, that's my middle name, y'all. Ruby Renee, where do you currently stand in the world of dating and sex, right? Because as you give out this good advice, are you following your own advice? And I will say this. Yes and no, I'll be following my own advice, right? I can give advice because I've done the not so right way of things. But where I currently stand is I've done it my own way and it hasn't worked. So I'm going to do it God's way. I don't know fully what God's way looks like for me. And I know people are going to struggle with that statement because they will automatically say, well, God's way says don't have sex before marriage. And yeah, I hear you. Thank you for reiterating that. But I also think that God leads us down certain paths and certain roads. He knows the road that we will travel. He knows the sin that we will get wrapped up in. And he allows for grace and mercy. That's not a grace and mercy for me to just do whatever I want, but grace and mercy is there. So what I mean in reference to God's way right now for me is in the stage of dating, sex is a no. And I'm okay with that. I ain't gonna hold you. It allows me to get to know someone. It allows me to get to know if I like you as a person, right? And you may be saying like, I don't know if I could do that. Well, let's simplify it, right? A relationship, right? A relationship. If you have a relationship with one of your friends, a friendship, relationship with one of your friends, a friendship, like I'm able to have that friendship and not have sex with that person, right? Taking time to get to know them. I enjoy them. We kick it. We hang out. We have a chemistry, hopefully not sexual chemistry, but we have a chemistry that is there. We vibe well. We're building foundation and it's going deeper. And that's what I'm looking for in the world of dating, right? Getting to know someone, vibing with them, feeling out the chemistry, allowing the foundation to build and then go deeper. So it's not to say when I go deeper that I won't be sitting here reevaluating like, am I doing this or am I not? But what I can say in the world of dating, I'm just trying to get to know people, you as a person. And I don't need my body to get to know you when I'm trying to get to know you as a person. There's a place for that. And I don't feel like that place is in the world of dating. I feel that society and flesh have led us to believing a lot of things are okay to do, to try. And yes, God provides grace and mercy, and I'm thankful for that. But there's other stuff that I'm just like, you've outgrown that. Me personally, you've outgrown that. And also in the world of dating, this is just my own personal feeling. Nobody's gonna use my body. Okay. My body is popping and it is a precious gift. And so in my phases of dating, nobody is worthy to experience that. And when a person is worthy, we'll reevaluate that at that time, right? So, but that's just where I personally stand. My friends will tell you sometimes I view things a little bit differently, and I'm okay with that. My journey is different. My past experiences have been different, and I'm just grateful that the things of the past will not negatively impact my future. And I do know that just based on things that God has shown and revealed to me. So I'm grateful for that. And in that grace, I'm also moving a little bit differently because, I don't want to be outside the will of God. I'm just going to tell you, I don't. It don't be worth it. It don't. Like, and I be all convicted and all this. I don't need all that. So I'm just going to do this the godly way right now. And me and God just going to continue to have conversations and he can lead me on this journey. Because my way ain't working. I hope this was helpful. I hope this just gets you in a mind of thinking a little bit more. So before you take that next step in your dating life of sharing yourself on a physical level, think about your value, your worth, and where this is going. And if you can't identify God within the value, the worth, or where it is going, that is not a person for you to be sharing your body with. Point blank, period. I'm just going to say it like that. I will see y'all next week for another episode of Candy Coated Shenanigans. I don't even know what the topic is, but I'm sure it'll be a good one. All right, y'all.